Yo, what up? What up? This is another episode of Straight Talk No Chaser. I'm your host, Gregory, aka Lee Knows, accompanied by my boy.
It is your boy, Mr. Alvarado from Colorado, the 5280 man, my bro. What's up, brother?
Chilling. You see, the attire, every week, you just look more comfortable. You gotta stay warm, man. You gotta stay warm. You already had this conversation last episode. Look, the heat is on a certain temperature. I will not rise it. I will keep it there. If you cold, put on a hoodie. Get a
Put
sweater.
on a hoodie. Look, hoodie in effect right now.
Put on a sweater.
And if you're tired, go outside for a minute. It'll wake you
Absolutely.
right up.
Absolutely. It was we were trick or treating the other day, and these kids is coming, and it's getting cold outside, and the little one, the middle one, he's opened up the door. He's talking, "I like your costume." I'm like, "Hey, close the door, man. It's cold." Like, give the candy and close the door.
Yeah, we're done. We're good. Thank you for your time.
Hey, trick
Go.
or treat here. Take it. Let's throw it at him. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
Oh man. How was your week, man?
The week was good, man. No
Yeah.
complaints. It was a good week. It was a very special week for my family. We celebrated an anniversary for my son this week, and so
Mm,
it was beautiful, man. What can I say? It was
yeah.
beautiful to have the people that showed up show up. It was a good time, man. And I just, when you have those days,
Yeah.
you just it's a real gentle reminder on why you do what you do. So yeah, man, it was good. How about you?
Uh, it wasn't as beautiful as your weekend. I mean, and sleep in heaven to your son, man. We used to say rest in peace. I say sleep in heaven. Or rest in heaven,
Yeah.
or rest in prosperity. Um, we know he's in a better place, but my week was the total opposite. I felt like death. Uh, the baby was sick. They really can't talk, and he's acting cranky, and I'm looking, his nose is running, so I take care of him, and while my wife's away, and then I'm fine, he's better. Out of nowhere, middle of the day, nose started running. I'm like, what in the world?
Oh.
The next day felt like pure death. I'm like, oh God, what's going on? But as an adult, you can't stop working. You have to no one's gonna take care of you when you're older. This is where you wish you were a child again to a certain extent because people will bring you soup and you can stay in bed all day. Now when you're an adult, you gotta work still. You gotta work still. So I'm just coughing, sneezing, uh drugging myself up with Dayquil, NyQuil, Zyrtec, peppermint tea. It only lasted one full day. I'm still recovering slightly, but yeah, man. I don't really get sick. If I do, it's once a year. Once a year. So I'm glad it's happened. So I'm good for another 365.
I
Okay,
like
friends.
it, bro. I hear you. I hear you. Like
Little,
cookie that's coming into the house, right?
yeah, yeah, man. So I want to talk about something that's, you know, you always hear, what women want. What a girl wants, what a girl needs. Don't judge me on my vocals, but you know, but then you had the movie that came out umpteen years ago with Mel Gibson, uh, you know, where he could actually hear everybody's thoughts.
Yep.
What men want. This is a broad topic, and part of me doing this, no diddy. No, broad topic. Broad topic. What do men want? So I'm gonna throw it to you. You can throw it back. No Diddy.
We could do this one, bro.
We can do this for a while. You see how dumb you kids sound when you do this? Oh boy, because everything you say will sound like that if you think that way. But anyway, um, let's go back to the when we were younger,
Hmm.
growing up to adulthood. So when you were a young man, what did you want as a young man and out of life?
It's crazy, dude, that you say this, right? I'm gonna keep this one short and simple. So when I was coming up, just getting out of high school, first couple years in college, I had it all mapped out, man. I knew exactly what my major was going to be. I knew exactly what I was going to be. I was big time into computers at that time, and I had it all mapped out. I was good. This is what I was going to do with my life. This is what I was going to be. I was going to graduate in 4 years. We were good. Year number two happened in college, and not all of a sudden, but the women started jumping on the train a little bit. All right. And so all of a
Keep
sudden,
keep
dude, that's what I
keep
wanted.
going. Keep going.
That's what I wanted.
The women?
The women. And
Eh,
all of a sudden, my mind shifted. Everything
yeah.
shifted. I thought, and honestly, bro, as I won't say as easy as it came, but just I was that guy that liked school. Was one of
Hmm.
those guys, right? And so it came easy for me. So high school was easy for me. Got into college, college started being easy for me. So I thought, oh,
Yeah.
I got this. I'll be good, no problem. Nope, nope. So I guess what I'll keep it there is that that's all I wanted was the women at that point. It shifted everything in my life in my 20s,
Sheesh.
bro. Everything shifted at that point. How about
Mm.
you? How about
Uh,
the early 20s for Lonnie?
I'm not even gonna, man. I was New York, you grow up fast in New York. So early 20s, I was working for an airline already. I was like a manager, supervisor of like three airports in the young
Damn.
20s. Yeah. Uh
Did you have it all figured out?
no. No. I was a flight attendant, dude. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was a flight attendant at first, and then I was teaching flight attendants, and then I was in charge of the airport. Whatever I do, it's destined for me to be in leadership. So whatever I put my mark on, whatever company I join, I'm gonna hit leadership no matter what. But at that age, um, it was the women a little bit, not so much because I was on my own, so it was more money based. It was more, trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life because I was running around with no direction, like on a boat with no compass. But as a flight attendant, it was all the stories you hear about the airlines, like it was true. It was true. Because like you said, you
Wow.
was you was into the women, yeah, one in every state in my
Hmm.
young 20s until I met my daughter's mom. But yeah, and actually that's how I had met her mom when I was with the airlines. So uh it was just money. Money was my mindset as a young age. Women were a lot earlier.
Oh, it's crazy that you say that, bro, because the money part, and again, how we came up, it was a little bit different with that, that whole mindset of money and whatnot. But I think for me, I had a little different relationship with money. And
Yeah.
so I was always kind of thinking that, and this comes back to how I grew up and stuff, but I was always thinking that there was kind of an envy to it. Oh, wow, this person has so much money. There's no way I could do that. And so that's how I was early on, man. And then even that early stage, man, I became a father
Yeah.
very, very young. And so then my mindset shifted. It shifted to then I wanted to be the best dad I could. I needed to get married. Bro,
Did you panic
young, young, young kid.
when you found out you was gonna be a dad? Did you panic a little bit?
Yes, I
Like
did.
did you show your panic?
No, I didn't. Because you know what ended up happening, man, is it was the panic on the inside, but on the outside, I was like, I need to have it all together. I need to do everything. I need to have the white picket fence, right? I need to have all this stuff. So I need
We
to
all
have it
wanted
all
the white
spaced
picket
up.
fence. We all wanted that
And
white
bro,
picket
but
fence.
but mind you, bro, but mind you, I didn't have resources for that. I was a
Hmm.
young buck, man. So, yeah, I wanted all this stuff, but wasn't willing to work for it, was kind of just skating by.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, that's what ended up happening in my early 20s is, the mind shifted a lot
Yeah.
for sure.
Similar. I was dad by 26. Dad by 26.
Okay.
I didn't I didn't show panic, but I got two tattoos back to back. So that was my that was my oh shit, let me just deal with this. Like
Yep.
back to
Yep.
back tattoos. I was like, okay. Because there's nothing you could do. Because you're raised a certain way, and either you want to live life differently, or you're raised with both parents in a household, so you want to do what you've seen. You want to emulate what you
Yep.
what you grew up
Exactly.
around. or
Exactly.
or you grew up without that and you want to do everything totally opposite from how you grew up. There's a lot of men out there who grow up that way where there isn't a figure to show them how to do things and just follows the normal routine or well, well, I'll take care of them, but I don't got to be with you type deal. But
Yep.
for me, it was like, okay, you're pregnant. Let's let's do this. Let's be a family. And we probably jumped the gun a little too fast, but you don't know what you want when you're younger. You figure out life one day at a time. But
Yep.
now being an adult, grown man, married, children, career, car, house, limited amount of friends. Uh, what do you want? What do you want out of life now?
It's crazy, man. The short answer is this, Lon, is that I'm just so, and I think our wives would probably argue with us here, which is fine.
Hmm.
But I think I've become the type of person, especially in the space that I live in, as far as work goes and what I do in my business and whatnot, is just to be simple, very, very simple. I don't want to rock the boat very much at all. Meaning, I don't need to be in every place, at every party, at every get together, at every this, at every that. And it's not that I'm not sociable. I could sit here and talk all day. I'm that guy, right? But
Hmm.
I don't need to be. I'm not. I don't have this fear of missing out. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And so, bro, it's a simple thing for me. I want to wake up and just be better than I was yesterday, right? For however
Hmm.
many days I get. Super, super simple. I've got what I need in, the house that I live in, the vehicle that I drive. I'm not chasing that anymore. And bro, you know what I will tell you, Lon, is that just recently happened, bro. I would say within the last probably year or so, maybe a couple of years. When I met you guys, I was in a different headspace
Yeah.
and then things change. But you know why things change for me, man, too, is because when you are now a father, a grieving father, it changes tremendously for you because then you start to realize how precious this life is, and you realize you don't really need to have all the things that you thought you once did. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it's a lot simpler time for me, bro, than it was back then. And I just keep it simple, dude. That's honestly that's what kind of my motto is. I even have it written in my book. Just keep it simple. Stop trying to save the whole entire world. You're not gonna be able to do that. But
Yeah.
who could I impact today? So it's a different mindset for me, bro. How about you? What do you
Similar.
want?
Similar, man. I just want to chill. Honestly, I like to be like I told you, I'm an introvert. Um, I grew up rough, poverty. So at this stage of my life, I just work to take care of my family. Well, I'm a natural workaholic. I've been doing it since I was a kid. So it comes easy to me to do so many things. And people are like, how do you do it all? I'm like, I have no choice. When you have people depending on you, you have no choice but to do it. And if you are going to do something to take care of your family, make sure that you're damn good at it, you know, to where you're getting recognized in awards and all this crap. But that's all I want is peace, man. I'm the most laid back dude there is. I don't do drama. I don't got time to argue. I stay to myself, love on my family, take trips. I'm still a tripaholic. Got a bunch of trips coming up. But other than that, I was simple. Let's sit down, watch some TV. Let's go out on the me and my wife, we just go on when we go on date night, we pick random restaurants. We want to eat at a place we never eaten at before.
Yep.
If we get mud butt because we ate there, then now we know not to go back. Now we know not to go back.
Yep.
But if you eat at a random spot, you're like, this place is delicious. And now we got a new favorite spot. So very spontaneous, man. Men are very simple, John. You know that. Men are very
Very.
simple. And I asked that question because, like I just said, we're very simple. But when you look at the media and and what they portray us to be, it's like we're difficult. No, no, no. We're very simple if you pay attention. We just need somebody to have our back, have our back, rub our shoulders when we have a rough day, someone we could be vulnerable with at this stage, even growing up, because not a lot of us are taught to be vulnerable in an early age. We're taught to be, mask our emotions, to be a tough guy. And then a lot of guys grow up being tough and then they get into altercations and you found out they softer than cotton. So we need someone to be, a ride or die. Not someone just looking for financial gain or looking to get out of someone, get something out of it, or looking for a project to fix. Because we spoke about that before, most people get in relationships thinking they can fix somebody. You can't fix nothing but yourself.
Right.
How you gonna fix me and you can't even fix your credit? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is we are very simple people. Men don't need a lot. We don't require a lot.
Yeah.
We don't. Let us be the man. Don't be tougher than we are. If there's somebody outside trying to start something, don't you step up. You step back. You step back. Let me be the man in the relationship.
Yeah.
But the world that we live in, boss bitch, boss babe, boss, like everybody wants to. I get it, cool. Work, get your own, mama. Do you make your
Do
own
you?
money? Make your own money. But just because you make your own money, honey, don't mean that you alpha in the house unless you have a beta male and he's a stay-at-home dad. No disrespect to stay-at-home dads. And you do know a lot of the hard work and he's taking care of the kids, then cool. Cool. Roles reversed.
Yeah. To each their own,
But
right?
for that
To each their
majority
own.
where the men's working, don't it's very simple. We can get in the weeds on this one, and I'm not afraid to. I'm afraid to take all the backlash because at this age, I also care a lot less than what I used to. I don't care what nobody thinks about me at all. That's another thing. I don't care what anyone thinks about me, John. This is why I am the way I am. This is why I'm so carefree, so unfiltered. This is why we have this podcast because it's straight talk, no chaser. You're not gonna get any fluff. If you want my honest opinion, you better hope that don't hurt your feelings because I don't mean anything by it, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. At a
Can
certain age,
you?
the things you want are a lot different from what you need. That's it, man. I could go on and on about this topic. It's very. What do you think? So at this age in your life right now, and looking at what you see, the friends, the guy friends, you don't got to call nobody out because we're all different. What do men want?
Yeah, man, it's it's a little tricky, like you say, right? You're not calling anybody out, but it just always seems like you just find certain demographic in your life that you're like, man, bro, it's cool. You don't have to. I'm not saying don't work hard because yes, you should work 1,000% as hard as you
Hmm.
possibly can to get the life that you want. But some of the stuff, man, some of the conversations I have, I'm like, why are you even sweating this?
Dude,
Is this
love.
something that you could do anything about? And bro, I have that chat with at least one person per day, per every couple of days, whatever it is, whenever I'm having a conversation. And I always ask, like, but is it something that you can control? Because if it's not, why are you trying to save it? Right? Whether that's I mean, marriage, we're not talking about marriage, but we're just talking about work, work in general. You have somebody that you're mad about because of their political party choice. You're mad at
Hmm.
somebody because they this or that or that. Bro, can you just, if you were to remove all that, would you
Hmm.
be cool? Would you be all right? Bro, it's like you say all the time. You ask them, are you okay? Are you good? What's up, man? And I think that's what it is, man. It's like men, I think naturally we want to win at everything that we do. I think it's just in our blood, right? And we're very competitive people and we don't want anybody to do it better than we do, right? And
Hmm.
we could get into that one for sure, right? It's like, oh, so how many people did you know what I'm saying? We could go there, but I'm not going to. But
Man,
and was I the best? And was I this? And was I
that
that?
was that was when we were younger. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't give a now. I
Now,
don't. I don't care.
now, no, no. But I wanted my 20s. You better believe I wanted to be the best at everything,
Yeah.
everything.
Let me let me let
Right?
me let me clarify why I don't care though. I don't care about your count. at this stage, right?
Yep.
One, don't care at all, married, right? Don't need to clarify that, but I'm just saying, at this age, when you become an adult, you should know better.
Yeah.
You should know better.
Yep.
Everybody has a past. Everybody's not squeaky clean.
Yep.
Everybody's going to experience life. You shouldn't be judged on the experience you had when you were younger. Now, if you're still doing what you did back then now, then okay. You should see certain red flags and be like, nah, you cool, but it's not you. Like it was a certain point in time where I really stopped calling people ugly. Like that's very insensitive. Like I now I say she's somebody's cute. Like it's
That's a good way to put it.
because it's like I'm not the most, you know what I mean? I'm not the most handsome. Like I'm not ugly, but like you're not ugly, but somebody might think we not the finest things in the world, but who cares? But
Yep.
it's a way to say things that you get and you learn as you get older. Like that's he's somebody's cute, she's somebody's cute.
Yeah.
Like would you if your friend had an ugly baby, would you tell him?
Right. Exactly. Right.
Ooh,
No one's ever gonna be like, oh damn, your kid's ugly,
no,
bro.
you're like, oh, look at you. They got such pretty fingers. Oh my goodness, look at the They're not gonna tell you your baby ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to your point, bro, I think that's what it is, man. Is it's just I think it's just finding those people that are just super chill
Yeah.
with not just life, but just the way that you already know, man, when you have certain conversations with people, you're like, damn, this is a good conversation because
Yeah.
the vibes between the two of you, you're thinking the same way. And even if you have, differences, bro, not saying that everything has to be all harmony and we don't disagree on nothing. That's not what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
what it is that there's certain things that we have to take a step back on as men, especially at our age, and go,
Hmm.
does it really matter?
It don't.
Look, I got a roof over my head.
Hmm.
I got my wife. I got my kids.
Hmm.
I've got the things that I have. That's enough. That's enough. I don't need extravagant craziness outside, and now don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean that I don't have goals. 100% I have goals. I have a lot of things
Um,
that I still want to accomplish
bingo.
in this short amount of time that we get to do this, right?
Hmm.
But it's not going to be something that is going to define who I am as a human being. So that's what I say, bro. What about you, man?
100%. I agree. 100%. Once you get to a certain place in life, you should always still have dreams, goals, and aspirations. You should never be comfortable I mean, you should to a certain extent, but you should always take risk and be uncomfortable in order to keep growing. Um, my son was like, I forgot who we were talking about, it was some celebrity. And he was like, his kids are his kids are good, even though he's not here. His kids are well off. I said, you think money lasts forever, bro?
Hmm.
Money doesn't last forever. You have to put money into something to make it multiply, or you have to keep putting in work to keep getting that financial, comfortability. Um, at this age, at this stage, don't mean to rhyme. I'm doing more than okay. I'm doing pretty great. But I had this realization yesterday. I was sitting in the office and it's quiet, no music, just sitting there. And probably a lot of you have can attest to this. I was just thinking about where I was at in life. Like I'm looking
Yeah.
around, I'm listening to the background, listening to the noise in the background, appreciating the people that are in this household that I know that are safe. Looking around like, man, yeah, I did this shit. Oh man. Wow. Thinking about where I came from. The cars that I have, not cars, the
Mhm.
size house that I have, the amount of people I protect and take care of. You're like, never knew it was gonna be this way growing up. This is what I wanted to grow up when I grew up, but I never knew how it was going to play out. So at this stage, I'm just laid back, very, very cautious of who I let in, very cautious of who I'm close with. You can have acquaintances, but not everybody's your friend. You know,
Yeah.
I'm friendly to everybody, but I'm not everybody's friend. I'm not disrespectful. I'm cool, calm, collected. I talk to anybody in a store. If we hang out, which we have. But if we hang out, please believe I'm probably going to embarrass you. I talk to everybody,
Yeah,
even the meanest looking dude out there. I'm gonna have, yo, what's up, bro? I talk to everybody. At a certain age in life, we men have to figure out what we want, right?
yeah.
Then once we figure out what we want, out of that want, we have to figure out what we truly need. Because what we want, and what we need are two different things. What I want, financial freedom. Well, what I need, mental freedom.
Mm, yep,
Mental freedom. The lack of worry from the outside world. Knowing that my family is safe. Knowing that I have a good surrounding, meaning friends, career. That's it. Something I want.
yeah. And for me, bro, it's the same thing, man. I think it's financial freedom and it's also time freedom. I would love to be
Yeah.
able to financially be comfortable enough to be able to go, hey, Lonnie, I'll meet you in Vegas this Tuesday. We're going to go from Tuesday to Wednesday. We are going to play around the golf because it's going to be warm. And we're going to get some dinner and we're going to talk work and we're going to talk all things that we talk as boys. And then we're going to fly home on Wednesday. And I
Bro.
want to be able to do that, bro, without looking at the bank account or looking at the time.
I
If
don't,
I'm getting a
wait a minute. I'm always gonna look at the bank account. I don't care how wealthy I
well,
become. I'm
I think I
so
want to look at it worried. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
oh, can I
true,
do
true,
this? You know what I'm saying? Let me
true.
clarify that, right? I want to see the ins and outs, 100%. Please don't get it twisted. But I want to look at that and go, you know what? I this is not a worry for me. I don't have
Yeah.
to save up 6 months, 8 months,
And
9 months. You know what I'm
that comes
saying?
to this point. You don't like a lot of men, we try to put on for women or men or whoever you are interested in. We try to put on for them. Stop living beyond your means.
Yeah, yeah,
You
100%.
shouldn't be
And
spending more than what you're making.
exactly. And I think that's 101, bro. All right. It's
You
one of
would
those
think
things
it's
I even had
101.
to again, I've had to learn it, bro, because I told you and when I was a young and it wasn't, I had a different relationship with money. And so as I've kind of gotten older, had to learn hard ways and figure out certain things that I made dumb decisions on.
Yeah.
But to your point, right? I mean, I think that's what it is that the only way that you grasp onto it is by learning that, whatever that looks like for you. And so, yeah, to your point, I think that's what it is. It's financial freedom. Bigger thing for me is time freedom because I want to be able to come and go without having to punch a clock and do the everyday grind
Mm-hmm.
because I have to, and it's different if you
Mm-hmm.
want to, right?
Yeah.
Something that you want to do. I know a lot of people that work just because they want to,
Yeah.
not because they have to. And I think that's and as I get into this next phase of my life, you're asking me what I want, that's where I'm headed next.
That's what's up. And that's what all men should, strive to be. Like I'm in that position where I could just pick up and go. But when we're on vacation, I have a bad habit of still working. Wife hates it. But that's how I'm conditioned. It's work before play with me for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't if money's calling and I see if my phone rings or if I get a message and I can ignore it, I'm going to ignore it. But if it's money, because you want to work or reach a certain level in your life to where you are the ATM. Money comes to you. So if
yeah,
money's calling me, I'm going to answer the money. And
100%.
I'm gonna show it how to get into my bank account. Hey, let me give you the pin to where I'm at. And the pin is
Hmm.
my bank account. Let me give you the pin to my where I'm at so you can make sure you get there safely. So I pick up and go. And that's what I love. I can't sit still. Even this, you see me, I'm always fidgeting, moving back and forth. It's like I have to move around. I have to move around. It's what's just built in me. The whoever, and it sounds weird when I say this, but whoever this soul is inside of me already knows what it needs to do.
Yeah,
I'm just the vessel that is using. So the mindset that I have is already my life's already played out. Your life's already played out. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But these are the steps that I have to take for me to get there. I already know that I'm a millionaire. I just don't have access to it in my bank account yet.
That's it.
Shout
That's
out to my
it.
cousin Ty. You see how smooth I said that, Ty? You see how smooth I said that? But um, it's just wants and needs are two different things. What I want, like you said, time freedom. I I just take each day for what it is. We don't have
Yeah,
a lot of that
you don't
left.
have a lot of it.
So I make moments and memories each and every day. My wife said I should record myself every day because how these kids do it, I'll probably make a lot of money because I want to have fun. I'm sarcastic. I'm an a-hole on purpose. Like because I don't want to just live life. I don't want to just live life. I want to have an experience every single day. So I'm more of a free soul. Um, but there's a lot of people that we know that are stuck in their ways, that are stuck where they're at. And it's no one else's fault but their own because of how they grew up. And they're scared to take that risk. I have family who won't go past Virginia. You
Damn.
know, I invite people on a trip a year in advance. Well, we'll see, Lonnie. We'll see. Bro, it's a year in advance. What do you got to figure out? But let me say I'll come to Virginia, Florida. I'm there. Beyond that, oh man, I don't know, man. The way my pockets are set up, it's a year in advance. If you can't save a year's worth of money starting today from what I told you, we have a problem.
Hmm.
And that's
Hmm.
because they don't know what they need. They know what they want, they don't know what they need.
That's it.
But we could
That's
go on about this topic, man. Uh,
no.
but let's start to put the gears down so we can land
Yep.
this plane. If you
Yep.
have a friend who's lost, which we all have, how do you work or how do you redirect them? And when you do redirect them, what's the feedback you get?
The first question I ask, bro, is what do you love to do every day? Right. And I'm not saying if I get an answer like sleep, I'm gonna probably knock you out. Right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go upside your head. Come on now. Stop with that. Now, what do you love? What's your passion? And when they give me that answer, because I have this, and not necessarily with friends, but with the younger generation that is around my family still. My shout out to, my son, who has brought a lot of beautiful souls into our life, and these are young men that are trying to figure it out. And rather than me saying you should do this and you should do that, that's my first question. What do you love? What do you love to do? I don't know. I don't know what I love. You don't? You don't know what makes you happy? What makes you, if you were to do something every day for free that you absolutely love, what would that be? Right? Conversation goes on for a while, bro. It's not like it's a clear cut answer, right? But
Hmm.
then you eventually get there with that person. How I would redirect them is I would say, can you do something with that today? God willing, you get up tomorrow. Can you do something with that tomorrow? Well, what's the something? I don't care what you do. Can you just do something with it?
Hmm.
Yes, I can. I have a friend who does it. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, bro, I mean, you and I met in business a few years ago, and how I met you first was listening to your podcast
Yeah.
and then instantly became intrigued with that. I want to do that. I like that. I got to talk to that dude.
Yeah.
And look, let me just give you the short and sweet answer. Here we are.
Yeah.
Just one conversation that we had that turned
Yeah.
into a brotherhood, that turned into something way bigger than anybody will ever understand. But you don't
Yeah.
realize it's one conversation that turns into something that's just bigger than us, bro. And that's why, I mean, people just discount that. You might think of it and go, John, that's kind of a small answer, right? And it's really not, because that starts with one conversation. And all of a sudden that conversation is now printed and it's a footprint inside your head, like, damn, man, he makes a lot of sense. I should do more of that.
Hmm.
I should, but do I have time to? And then all of a sudden, guess what? The ego comes in, starts messing with you. Nah, you don't have time for that. Nah, we need this sleep. Nah, we need that. But if you truly want it,
Hmm.
just take it today. Can you just do something today with it? Because you just
Hmm.
don't know what ends up coming from it the second you start talking about it. The second the universe starts hearing you lean into it. Oh, it's about time you showed up. I've been holding this gift for you forever. It's about time you show up. So that's what I would say, bro. Hopefully, it didn't go too long-winded on that, but
No, you're fine.
just start is what I tell people. Just start. Whatever that thing is that's really burning inside of you, that when you get up in the morning, you're like, man, I wish I could do this. You can.
You
Can you
can.
just do something with it today? Anything. Doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
And then it'll start getting calculated as you go. So that's the advice I give, bro. What advice do you
First of all, it's not
give as
long-winded.
a
It's not long-winded at all, John. The title of this episode is "What Men Want." That would have been over in 5 minutes. We have to we have to stretch this out.
okay, boom, boom,
Yeah, it
boom.
would have been over in 5 minutes. Hey, look, love me. Let's do the grown up when it's time to do the grown up. Make me some food. Let me
Let
watch
me watch
football on
football.
Sundays. Give me my quiet time. And hey, this has been another episode.
That's it. We're done. Thank you.
Let
Boom.
me make my money, leave me alone. Like, um, I do it all the time, like every day, because I believe in, helping people in their journey. So I do it all the time. And I get kickback sometimes because people, like I said, are stuck in their own way. I get defensiveness because you don't know what you don't know. And when you are built a certain way, when your mindset is a certain way, you automatically throw up these blocks. Like, well, this is just the way I was raised. But that's how you choose to be. It's how you choose to be. You don't have to stay that way. It's a whole world outside of the way you were raised. You know, like you said, what do you love? What are your dreams? If there's pain in there, I dig deep, man. Who hurt you? Who did
Yeah.
it? I Please believe I'm a vote. This is a safe space. This is a safe conversation. I had those uncomfortable conversations because we didn't get those growing up. So for any male, any guy that's in my circle, which is extremely small, we have those conversations all the time because they're needed. They're needed. If you are associated with me, if anybody tells you, "Oh, that's my boy," please believe their mindset is on track. I had a conversation yesterday with one of I think it was the director or one of the people at the company I work for about me and Antonio. I said he's like Martin Luther King. I said I'm Malcolm X. I don't give a lot of time. If I can see it while I'm very good at reading people, I will cut you off in a heartbeat. If I do my best to try to help you see where you can make the corrections and what needs to be done, and you give me pushback after put, all right, cool. Hey, I wish you the best, bro. I wish you the best. I separate quickly because like time freedom is that. I don't have time to deal with that.
That's right.
You can take the constructive criticism and you can do better for yourself and make the modifications that you need to, or you could be stuck where you're at. Like you get what you tolerate. You are where you are because of who you are, right? So
True.
that's where I'm at. So I do get kicked back sometimes. When I do get kicked back, I kick back and I watch everything unfold. And then I'm like, uh-huh, okay, cool. But when I do look at you, go through what you go through, please believe it's from the mirror. Because I'm still going. I don't stop. People are gonna merge in your lane all the time. That's one of the worst things people don't know how to do when driving is merging into traffic. And we're driving nonstop. This is an endless highway. And people will merge in your lane. And then you have those who will try to go the same speed as you is trying to get on. You're like, what are you doing? Like, you just like slow down or don't go the same speed as me. Or then you have someone you see them merging on, you speed up to let them in. Like, all right, let me speed up to get out your way. Or you have someone you slow down, let them get in front of you. So who are you gonna let in when it's time to merge? Sometimes I speed up. I speed up a lot more than I slow down. And that's where it's at, man.
Yeah, bro. I love that, man. I love it. And on that happy note, bro, I'm gonna raise my glass.
Raise the glass. What men want? 5 minute episode. Hey, look, babe. Hey, another successful episode. Straight talk, no chaser. This is nice mental drink. We say it all the time. How many times do we have to continue to say what we're drinking? He has nothing but that Top Golf H2O.
That's right.
It's
That's right.
it's unfiltered. It's straight from Michigan, Flint, Michigan. It gives him a lot of muscles. And I
Yeah.
have being I have the red juice. You know, I love guys, the blood of Jesus. It's a mental drink and he's drinking water. But cheers to you, bro.
Cheers, bro.
Like stuff like that. I don't care what comes out my mouth. Like I just say random shit, John, from time to time. I
Bro.
was in a corporate meeting, and then we could go. I was in a corporate meeting, and this is a leadership meeting. And they're like, Lonnie, such and such, such, what do you think? I'm like, well, it depends. Adult diapers. And anybody's like,
Adult diapers.
and they start laughing. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, depends are adult diapers. My apologies. And they're dying laughing because I said it depends adult diapers in a corporate meeting. I don't care. I am who I am. You are who you are. Be unapologetically you and do it to the point where you bring nothing but success your way. And you'll be
Amen.
unstoppable, man. This has been another episode of Straight Talk, No Chaser. I am your host, L. Gregory, aka Lee Nose, accompanied by my boy.
It is Mr. Alvarado from Colorado, the 5280 man. Appreciate you so much, bro. Until next week,
Until next
see you
week.
guys soon.